Hello students, in this lecture we will see the electric field due to dipole on its equatorial line. Okay, axial line, derivation of axial line we had already done in the previous lecture. In this lecture we will do this one. So what is the meaning of equatorial line? First of all, equatorial line means this is the dipole, AB is a dipole with minus q placed at A and plus q placed at B at a separation 2m. Okay, and we have drawn a perpendicular from the midpoint of the dipole, and perpendicular is drawn on the axis of the dipole. This is the axis, on the axis of the dipole. This is the equatorial line. Okay, this line is the equatorial line, and I have taken a point P on the equatorial line which is at a distance r from this midpoint. Okay, now we will find the electric field intensity at point P. So at point P the electric field will be generated due to plus q and minus q separately first of all. Then we will do the vector addition. Okay, so first due to plus q, this is the distance, and due to plus q electric field will direct in this direction. Okay, electric field will go in this direction. So it is like this. Okay, I am giving a name, it is E due to plus charge, so plus. Okay, I am writing the formula here. E plus equal to what? K Q by what is the distance? PB. PB square, direction along BP, okay. Next, due to minus q, E minus will be what? Due to minus q, the electric field intensity at point P will act in this direction. Okay, will act in this direction. I am taking it as E minus. Okay, so E minus will be K Q by this distance, that means AP square along which direction? PA. Okay, along PA. Okay, now look at this diagram. This is a perpendicular bisector. So this triangle PAB is an isosceles triangle. Okay, PAB is an isosceles triangle. That means PA equal to PB. Okay, so PA equal to PB. So that means basically the magnitude of this electric field is equal to the magnitude of this electric field. So I am writing it here, E plus magnitude equal to E minus magnitude. Okay, E plus equal to E minus, their magnitudes are equal. Now in which direction their resultant electric field will act? Okay, in which direction the resultant electric field will act and what will be its magnitude. Okay, so here two vectors. So I am completing the parallelogram. Okay, this is the application of parallelogram law in vector, you have read in class 11. So this will be the resultant electric field at point P. So I am writing it as EP. Okay, this is the resultant electric field. Okay, now how will you calculate? So this is an isosceles triangle PAB. So this angle and this angle are equal. Okay, I am taking it as theta, so this will also be theta. Okay, now look at this. This one and this one will be parallel. Okay, this line and AB line will be parallel. So this line parallel, and AP is the transversal. So this angle and this angle will be equal. Okay, again see, this line parallel, and BP is the transversal. So this angle and this angle will be equal, and it will be equal to theta. Okay, now I am drawing these two electric field here, and I am finding the components. So one is along this. Okay, this is E plus, and another one is along this this is E minus. Okay, so I am completing the parallelogram. This will be the parallelogram and this is resultant. Okay, this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. So I can break E plus vector into two components. One is along this and another is along this. Okay, this component will be E plus cos theta. Okay, and this component will be E plus sin theta. Okay, this component E plus cos theta, this component E plus sin theta. In the similar way, E minus vector will be divided into two components. One is along this and another is along this. This component again will be E minus cos theta and this component will be E minus sin theta. Okay. Now I have written here E plus equal to E minus. Magnitude of E plus, magnitude of E minus are equal. And both are multiplied with sin theta. So E plus sin theta will be equal to E minus sin theta. Okay. And they are oppositely directed at point P. At point P they are oppositely directed. Both have equal magnitude and oppositely directed. So what will be the resultant electric field at point P due to these two components? It will be 0. Okay. Magnitude same and opposite direction. So due to these two components, it will be 0. Okay. Now come to the cos theta component. Cos theta component, both the components E plus cos theta and E minus cos theta, both are acting in the same direction. Both are acting in the same direction. So here they will not cancel each other. Here we have to add them. Okay. So the resultant electric field at point P will be the addition of E plus cos theta and E minus cos theta. Okay. So I am writing it here. I am erasing this part. Understand everyone properly the components. Okay. So I am erasing this part. So E plus cos theta and E minus cos theta. So E P will be E plus cos theta plus E minus cos theta. Okay, this is magnitude. Now what will be the direction? Okay, now look at it. This is dipole. AB is dipole. The dipole moment will act in this direction. Okay, P is the dipole moment will act from minus to plus in this direction. But resultant electric field at point P is acting in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is magnitude. Magnitude into we have to place put here the unit vector. Okay, along the direction of electric field, resultant electric field. So the direction is opposite to dipole moment. So it will be P cap with minus sign. Okay, oppositely directed. That means minus sign. Okay. Now put the values. So minus E plus and E minus both have equal magnitude. Okay, so I am writing the formula first. E plus is K Q by P B square plus K Q by E minus is A P square, then cos theta P cap. Okay, cos theta P cap. Now PB and PA both are equal. PB and PA both are equal. Okay, so their square will also be equal. Okay, so I can write it with any one, putting any one thing. So it will be minus KQ by PB. I am writing PA in place of PB. So PA square plus KQ PA square, then cos theta P cap. Okay, now both are equal, so it will be 2KQ PA square into cos theta, 2KQ by PA square into cos theta P cap. So it will be 2KQ by PA square cos theta P cap. Okay, now I will put the value of PA and cos theta. Okay, so I am writing it here. So minus 2 KQ by, now PA is what? PA, we know this one, suppose this is O, okay, so we know this one AO, total length is 12, this is O is midpoint, so it will be L, AO is L and OP is R, both are known quantities, L and R. We have to find PA. PA means what? It is hypotenuse of this right angle triangle, PAO, right angle triangle. Hypotenuse is PA. So PA will be root over AO square plus PO square. Okay. AO square means L square plus R square. Okay. So it will be L square plus R square. Now here we have to place PA square. So PA square. Okay. Then there will be no root. Okay. PA square equal to L square plus R square. So I am writing it here. That is L square plus R square. Okay. Then cos theta. Cos theta. Now again take any one right angle triangle, PAO or POB, anyone. Then cos theta. Cos theta means what? Cos theta means what? If we take now POB I am taking. Okay. Now this is theta. So this will be base, this is height and this is hypotenuse. Now cos theta means what? Base by hypotenuse. So base is what? OB. OB is the base and hypotenuse is PB. Okay. Now OB equal to what? L and PB equal to what? Root over L square plus R square. Okay. So I am writing it here into L by root over L square plus R square. Okay. I am erasing this part. Then P cap. Okay. Understand? Now we will write this expression by placing a known physical quantity. That is what? P, dipole moment. Here what is the known physical quantity? Dipole moment. Okay. So we will place this physical quantity here. Okay. So I am writing it here. So it will be EP equal to what? Minus K, then 2QL I am writing inside the bracket, 2QL by this into this will be R square plus L square to the power 3 by 2, then P cap. Okay, this into this will be 3 by 2, power 1, here power half, 1 plus half, 3 by 2. Okay. Now 2QL is what? 2QL is the dipole moment. P, magnitude of P is what? 2QL. Okay. So 2QL is the magnitude of dipole moment. So I am placing it here, small p. Okay. K small p by this into P cap. Now place 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 in place of K. So EP will be minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 P by R square plus L square to the power 3 by 2 P cap. Okay. This is the expression of electric field intensity due to dipole on the equatorial line. Okay. Now again we will take an assumption if R is very greater than L. So in this situation we will neglect L square with respect to R square. Okay. So how it look like? So I am writing it E P means it is now equatorial line. So I am writing it equi. Okay, equal to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 P by R square plus L square. Now L square is neglected, only R square. R square to the power 3 by 2 is R cube into P cap. Okay, this thing you have to remember. Okay, this thing you have to remember. and also the derivation. You have to practice this derivation is very important. Okay, you have to practice this derivation, and this is the formula. Okay, if you remember, keep in mind this formula, then it will also help you. So here, look at here, it is minus, that means electric field intensity at any point on the equatorial line of the dipole will act in the opposite direction of this dipole moment. Okay, okay, understand? Now I am writing the two formulas of electric field. One is on the axial line, another is on the equatorial line together. Then I am writing expressing them together. What is the relation between them? So E axial that we have already done in the previous lecture, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 2p by r cube into p cap. Okay, and E equatorial is minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 p by r cube into p cap. Okay, okay, both the formulas are true when r is very greater than L. Okay, now look at these two formulas. Look at these two formulas properly. Okay, what will be the relation between them? Okay, now question is, what is the relation between them? Okay, so the relation between them, only the relation between their magnitudes. Okay, so I am writing here E axial mod equal to E equatorial. Okay, now tell me what will be the relation? Tell me what will be the relation? How to find? Just divide axial by equatorial. Just divide. These two will be cancelled out. P cancelled out. R cube cancelled out. Only 2 will remain. Okay. So E axial by E equatorial is only 2. That means E axial equal to 2 into E equatorial. Okay. This is the relation between their magnitudes. This is also very important. Okay. Small numericals may come. Sometimes question is write the relation. What is the relation between the magnitudes of electric field intensity on the axial line and electric field intensity on the equatorial line due to a dipole? Okay, so these are very important parts. Okay, so derivations are important and these small parts. Sometimes numericals also may come using these formulas. Okay, so remember two things. On the axial line, electric field intensity acts in the direction of the dipole, and on the equatorial line, electric field intensity acts in the opposite direction of the dipole moment. Okay, okay. Now come to in general formulas. Okay, what will be the in general formula? That means any arbitrary point. Okay, electric field intensity due to dipole at any arbitrary point. So here I will not do the derivation. Derivation is not so important. I will write the formula. Then we will see these two things, equatorial and axial, whether they are matching or not. So from the midpoint, whatever the distance will be calculated always from the midpoint. Okay. So from the midpoint I am taking at a distance r a point P. Okay. A point P whose coordinate is r comma theta. Theta is what? Theta is this angle. Okay. This is r and this is minus q plus q. So direction of dipole moment is this. Okay. So with the direction of dipole moment, this r, distance of the point, makes an angle theta. So this is basically the polar coordinate, like x, y, z that we write. This is the Cartesian coordinate, and this is another representation of point, that is polar coordinate. Okay, polar coordinate. So here how to find the electric field intensity at this point. Okay, So here what we will do basically, first we will divide this dipole moment into two components. Okay, one component will be along this line. Okay, one component will be along this line and another component will be perpendicular to R. Okay, perpendicular to R. These are the two components. So along this R, the component will be P cos theta. Okay, and along this one, the component will be P sin theta. Okay, P sin theta. Here on this side also it is there. It is also there on this side. Okay, okay. Now there are two dipoles. One has dipole moment P cos theta and another has dipole moment P sin theta. Now look at this point. This point P is on the axial line of this dipole P cos theta, right? P point is on the axial line of P cos theta. So what will be the electric field at point P due to P cos theta? So at point P, electric field due to P cos theta, I am writing it as suppose 1. Okay, E1. E1 will be what? E1 will be K into 2P cos theta by R cube, right? 2P cos theta, because on the axial line formula was what? 2P by R cube. Here P becomes P cos theta. Okay, so P 2P cos theta by R cube, direction is R cap. Okay, and for this dipole of dipole moment P sin theta, this dipole, for this dipole, the point P is on the equatorial line, right? For this dipole P sin theta, for this dipole, okay, for this dipole, it is on the equatorial line. So the formula will be, I am writing it as E2 will be K into P sin theta, okay, by R cube. So what was the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 P by R cube into P cap with negative sign. So here this is the direction of dipole moment, okay, but it will direct in this direction. So due to P cos theta, it will be in this direction. So E1, and due to P sin theta, it will be in this direction, opposite. P sin theta is going in this direction, but electric field will go in this direction. So I am writing it as E2. Okay, this is the direction of R, so R cap, and this is the direction of theta. This one, okay, along E2, the direction of theta. So it will be theta cap. Okay. Okay, do not much think about R cap and theta cap, only think about this magnitude. Okay, now resultant electric field. So again draw or complete the parallelogram, and this diagonal will represent the resultant electric field. So the resultant electric field at point P, magnitude will be root over, both are at angle 90 degree. Okay, R cap and theta cap. R cap and theta cap are the unit vectors in polar coordinates, and like I cap, J cap, K cap, R cap and theta cap are also perpendicular to each other. Okay, R cap is along the distance and theta cap will be perpendicular, anticlockwise perpendicular. So EP will be E1 square plus E2 square, because they are at 90 degree with each other. Okay, so cos 90 is 0. Okay, E1 square plus E2 square, you can write it here, plus 2 E1 E2 cos 90 degree. Cos 90 means what? 0. Okay, okay, now put their values. So equal to root over Kp by R cube. Take Kp by R cube common. Okay, then remaining term is 2 cos theta, this is whole square, so 2 cos theta square, that means 4 cos square theta, plus sin theta, that means sin square theta. Okay, okay, now it will be Kp by R cube, take it outside, Kp by R cube root over break it like this, 3 cos square theta plus cos square theta plus sin square theta. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is what? 1. Okay. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. Okay. So this is the magnitude of electric field intensity at point P, which is at a coordinate r comma theta from the midpoint of this dipole. Okay. This is the magnitude. Okay. We will check. Wait for some time. Now we will see the direction. So suppose this direction I am taking, you can take this one also. I am taking this one with E1. Suppose the angle is alpha. Okay. Now how to find the angle? Now tan alpha. Tan alpha is what? This by this. This means what? This part. This means what? This means E2. So E2 by E1. So mod E2 by mod E1. Okay, mod E2 by mod E1. Now mod E2 by mod E1, you will get sin theta by 2 cos theta. Okay, you will get sin theta by 2 cos theta. Okay, so basically you will get half tan theta. So it will be half tan theta. Okay, so at the end alpha will be what? Tan inverse half tan theta. Okay, so this is the angle of the resultant electric field at point P with E1. Okay, at point P with E1. You can find this angle also. Okay, you can find this angle also. So this is the resultant electric field intensity at point P, and this is the angle of the electric field intensity with E1. Now we will check our previous two cases. So I am writing this one at the top. EP equal to K small p by r cube root over 3 cos square theta plus 1, and angle is alpha equal to tan inverse half tan theta. Okay. Okay. Now first one, when theta equal to 0 degree. Theta equal to 0 degree. Theta equal to 0 degree means what? On the axial line. That means on the axial line. Okay. So theta equal to 0 means what? Cos 0. Cos 0 means 1. Then EP will be what? Kp by r cube root over cos 0 means 1. That means 3 plus 1. Okay. 3 plus 1 is what? 3 plus 1 is 4. And root 4 is what? Root 4 is 2. Okay. So we get K 2p by r cube. This was our formula on the axial line, 2p by r cube, right now? So put it here axial, then you can understand it better. So E axial will be K 2p by r cube. Okay. Now theta 0. So theta 0, put theta 0 here. Theta 0 means tan theta 0. Tan theta 0. Okay. Tan 0 degree means 0. So tan inverse 0 means it will be 0 degree. 0 degree means along the direction of dipole moment. Okay. So 0 degree, alpha equal to 0 degree means what? Alpha equal to 0 degree means P cap. Okay. So E axial will be K 2p by r cube P cap. This was our formula. Okay. Second one, when theta equal to 90 degree. Theta equal to 90 degree means on the equatorial line. On the equatorial line. Then E equatorial will be what? Now look at here. Cos 90 now. Theta equal to 90. Cos 90 means 0. Okay. cos 90 means 0, so it will be kp by r cube root over 0 plus 1. Okay, 0 plus 1 means 1, so kp by r cube. This was our formula, kp by r cube. So minus p cap. Okay, so you can write it properly, that means minus k p by r cube p cap. Okay, so vector, this is our formula for equatorial point and this is our formula for the axial point, so both are checked. This is in general formula. Okay, this is in general formula. Okay, so you can remember this for your competitive exam also. Okay, you can remember this for your competitive exam, and this direction also. Okay, understand all of these. Okay.